Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Growing Up Alien. Today is January 12th. A lot of our members have been getting some interesting visions and some past life visions, as well as just recent sort of curiosities. Last night, actually early this morning, I was given a mission update from a member of our crew here. And this is a warning to all the envoys or starseeds and all the operatives in these different programs. So SSP, MK Ultra, God, what else is there? My Lab, you name them, right? So there's a lot of them. So this is transmitted from our command center upstairs on a starship that is working with the Earth mission. So one of the things, as you notice, I'm not dressed in my farm clothes because I figure since this is an official, upstairs gets mad at me if I don't, try to do what. Anyway, they say, don't look like a farmer. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. All right. So dress up, blah, blah, blah. So because this is official, I figure, I might as well, kind of, well, I still got my barn pants on, but no, shh, don't tell anybody. Um, so yeah, that's this. We were all been, I've asked a lot of different people, and I said, what do you like? Yeah, this sounds legit. It sounds legit to me as well. And we've all been having these different sort of vibes that have been coming up through the excitement that's happening here on Earth right now. So for sure, I think it's worth. It's not about being this isn't. I don't do anything about that fear. I don't believe in that stuff. So this isn't about fear. This is just about a heads up from upstairs and them telling us that, there could be some excitement happening. So they're targeting. So this is the official message was that the bad guys, we're the resistance, so we're the enemy combatants, spies, whatever, attacking the bad guys. So yeah, what we were given in this transmission from a high-ranking officer upstairs in the GFW and his wife, actually. So um, the bad guys, since they're kind of cornered right now, are going to unleash a lot of different things. So they said that, you want to be aware that part of their unleashing of some fun stuff is going to involve them targeting and trying to take down us, which is the boots on the ground group. So that's, as I had mentioned, Envoys, what you call Starseeds, and any operative doesn't have to be an extraterrestrial operative. Any operative in the resistance is going to be targeted, for something. And a few of our members have already been targeted, like pretty bad. So you have to be careful. They always are trying to take us out. So for myself, I was in a head-on. They put me in a head-on collision in 2016, trying to wipe me out then. So a lot of us have gone through, and those folks who are watching, our members here, realize that this stuff is out there. So just be aware. We've had a couple of hits, like I said, on some of our members within the past week. So yeah, heads up. Usual stuff, right? Just common sense. I would personally avoid flying if you can't, but if you have to fly, you have to fly. Use your intuition, remote view the situation, see how safe it's going to be. Avoid crowds, obviously. Avoid being out at night. All these kinds of things, because that's the time when things get a little bit hairy. When you're out driving, remote view while you're driving. Keep an awareness of what's around you, because these people are capable of mind control, and that's how they do this, just like what you've seen in New Orleans and a lot of these different things that are popping up. I heard 2 nights ago, because I worked at university for 19 years nonstop. That's like a long 19 years. 19 years. For those who might be familiar, I have a PhD in Irish history. So I teach at a local university, and I was teaching disclosure for the past 2 years. So yeah, all of a sudden this semester, 19 years of doing this stuff, I'm laid off, and I'm still laid off because they had to cancel a bunch of classes because there's not enough students. So I just heard the other night, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is so weird. I've worked for 19 years now. I'm like, out of work. So, and they said, oh, this is for your safety. And I kind of figured that. I knew initially it was to get me to do this channel, but then I also kind of figured there was something involved with that as well. And they said now it's for your safety. So, depending on where you work, you want to key a heads up, right, about things that might be happening. So the timeline that we were given for this, just to be aware, be a little hyper vigilant for the time being, make good decisions. So the timeline that we were given was January 20th, surprise. So they're going to try to create some interesting scenarios, before January 20th. Personally, I don't think January 20th is I think after January 20th is probably safer. Um, I would still be aware. I don't think even January 20th timeline. I would just be aware, maybe because I'm just kind of I live with chickens and I'm a little bit, sorry. But just to be, I would just be cautious. Anyway, so common sense, not fear. We never live in fear. That's what the deep state wants you to do. That's what your government wants you to do because they're going to be fomenting a lot of fear. Actually, that's going to be their thing coming up. What it is, I think they're going to throw a lot of different things into their soup pot just to see what sticks. So as you know, whatever they throw in, it's just bullshit, right? So it's like, so just be wary of it. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the warning, right? Up till January 20th. Just be aware, that kind of thing. Tell your friends, that kind of stuff. On a positive note, the song I've been getting, another 80s song, they love the 80s music. So the song I've been getting the past 2 days, which is kind of weird because this is a strange song and I don't usually listen to kind of like 80s pop at all. And this song just kept popping up on the radio and it's Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. So I did a short with my super fantastic buddy Henry, the Silky Rooster, with that song. So yeah, that's a positive thing, really. I mean, heaven is a place on earth. So as always, they have us listen to the lyrics to see what kind of remote view you can get, what kind of intuition you're going to get from listening to those lyrics, and then see what kind of pops in for you. But it definitely looked pretty lovely. So this is what we're trying to do here, isn't it? Create a heaven on earth. So yeah. With that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and hopefully we'll have more positive updates coming up in the next couple of weeks. So cheers. And as I always say, please in the comments, try to get in touch with me. I want to have you guys on the show, and we need to hear more from you. That's your job here, actually, to come forward and tell us what you need. All these kinds of, you need to come forward. I would love to have, so I have a bunch of ladies that came forward, and we're working with their starmen, and it's just an amazing experience. And it's wonderful for us to get together because we've all who have extraterrestrial husbands or boyfriends. This is really a wonderful collaboration, that because we're getting an idea of how this project worked. We're kind of remembering what happened. Where our husbands and boyfriends are our handlers upstairs, and we oftentimes during our lifetime actually worked under them. So I would love to hear more about this from the gentlemen out there who have female counterparts and female handlers. Love to have you guys come forward and tell us about what your experience was with your lovely ladies. So anyway, cheers for now, and we'll be in touch.